If you're an Amazon seller, understanding how to calculate your profit margins is super important. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down Amazon FBA fees, so stay tuned. What's up, champs? Welcome to today's video. My name is Trevor Peterson. I'm a full-time seven-figure Amazon seller, and today we are back with another video breaking down Amazon FBA fees. So there's a lot of different fees: storage fees, pick and pack fees, referral fees. What are all these fees? How is it impacting me, and how do I calculate it to kind of understand, okay, if I sell this product, can I even profit? Because if you can't, then there's no point in selling that product and making that order. So this is super important to understand. We're going to dive into my screen and break down everything that you need to know about fees, different tools to calculate it, and basically navigating Seller Central so you understand what to look for as well. But before, I just want to welcome everyone real quick that's new to the channel. I'm super thankful for all of you guys, and if you guys have not yet subscribed, go down and hit the subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment. I would really appreciate it. And then also check out in the description down below our free Amazon Champion Facebook group. Make sure to join that. And then I have a free product research training that you guys need to watch. So go check that out, and let's dive into the video. Okay, so let's dive into my screen right here. As you guys can see, we're on Amazon Seller Central. And the first thing that I want to look at is this notifications tab and this news tab. This should be your best friend. This is something that you need to stay up to date with. Look at it often. Every time you sign into Seller Central, you're going to see it, and Amazon has it there for a reason. So the news, basically different things that they're releasing, changes, updates, policy updates. Make sure to read those often and stay in the loop with things. And then right here, this is the notifications tab, and actually just like a few minutes ago, Amazon just sent an email to everyone basically saying that their referral and FBA fees are going to change, and it's coming in on February 18th. So you need to understand what does that entail, and you need to basically read that. So you click on this, and it's basically telling you, okay, there's going to be some changes. They invested $15 billion in infrastructures, programs, people, and 150 new tools to help us grow their brands and their business. And they also invested billions of dollars to expand free one-day delivery to more than 10 million Prime eligible items. So basically, that's kind of their explanation of it. And then they're saying, with that being said, there's going to be a 3% increase in FBA fees. So now, that is a big increase, but at the same time, it's not going to stop me from selling on Amazon. But it's good to know how this is going to affect me. Am I going to increase my prices? Am I going to have to maybe order, do sea shipping, or how can I basically compensate for this little increase? Now, you may not do anything. Your margins may be fine enough, and a 3% increase on fees isn't going to be the end of the world, but it's something that you need to understand. And you can kind of go right here, the fee change detail pages. Click on all of these and basically understand, what does that mean? How does that affect your business? So that's the first thing that I just wanted to briefly touch on, is this notifications tab. Let it be your best friend. Read it often, look at it, and don't ignore it. So there's a reason why Amazon has it front and center, is they want you to be aware of that. So now let's kind of dive into the FBA fees. What are the different fees? What do they mean? And again, this is my best friend over here. I talk about this in all my videos, but you just go search it. So if you have a question about FBA fees, you go search it right here, and a bunch of different things will come up. So I search FBA fees. I'm right here, FBA features, services, and fees. I click on this, and then it says FBA fees. I have a drop down, and it has all the different fees right here. So fulfillment fees for FBA orders, monthly inventory storage fees, long-term storage fees, removal order fees, return processing fees, unplanned service fees. So let's first kind of break down fulfillment fees for FBA orders. This is the referral fee, and this is the pick and pack, basically shipping your product fee. So when you get an order, Amazon has to pick and pack that product, put it in a cardboard box, put it in an envelope, put it in a poly mailer, whatever the case is, to send that product. So it covers the cost of the shipping carton itself, whether it's a box or a simple envelope. So that's a fee for that. Then you have the postage. So how much does it cost to actually ship that product? And like Amazon was saying, they are now opening it up and they have 10 million different items with 1 day delivery. So they're eligible for 1 day delivery. The cost of it to ship that one product that's $10, $20, $30 and get it to the customer in 1 day. So that is huge, and obviously they're gonna take a fee for that. And the one thing that I look at this and I kind of compare it to my sunglasses. So I have a company called Driven, so I sell sunglasses. And if I was to try to do 1 day delivery, it'd cost me a fortune. It would cost more than the glasses itself. So the fact that Amazon has the infrastructure and the systems to do that, you betcha they're gonna take some fees. And it's kind of interesting to kind of calculate side by side my driven business, where I'm doing the fulfillment myself. I'm paying for the shipping. I'm paying for the boxes. I mean, the box alone to ship these glasses in cost me 50 cents. So that's a fee that I have to take into account. If I'm trying to do like 3 to 5 day shipping, it costs me from $3 to $5 depending on the state that I'm sending it in. And then not to mention the advertising and the time that it takes to get a customer to my website to then purchase. So there's a lot of fees that go into having your own business, and Amazon is going to have fees as well. So that is the fulfillment fees, and then they have what's called a referral fee. Basically, for using their platform, they're going to charge a percentage. So if your product is $50, they're going to take a percent. If it's $10, they're going to take a less of a percent. But overall, they're going to take a percent for basically letting you use their platform, using their systems, having access to their customers. Because basically, if it wasn't for Amazon and their traffic that they're bringing people to Amazon.com, you basically wouldn't have a business. And that's what's so cool about Amazon, is you don't need to be a big brand for people to search and buy your product. So there's a referral fee, the pick and pack fee, and that's the fulfillment fees right there. And you can click on this and basically kind of get an overview of what these fees are. And we'll touch on this real quick. Let's go right here. So there's different standard size product tiers, small standard size, large standard size, large, oversized. And it kind of breaks down, okay, if your product is 10 ounces or less, or 10 to 16 ounces, it's a small standard size. And this may just kind of confuse you like it did me when I first started looking at this. Like that doesn't make any sense. Small standard size is 10 to 16 ounces, but large standard size is 10 ounces or less. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But don't worry, I got you covered. There's an easier way to calculate all this. Yes, it's important to kind of understand how this all works on the back end, but there's tools that basically help you calculate this for you, so you don't have to basically bash your head up against the wall to understand this. So let's go right here, and this kind of simplifies it a lot better, but still it's a little complicated. But the small standard size is 12 ounces, but then it goes into how big is your product packaging. So on the longest side, if it's 15 inches or less, the median size 12 inches or 0.75 inches on the shortest size. On the shortest side, then that's considered a small standard size. But if it's bigger than 15 inches, so 18 inches, 14 inches, and the weight is 20 pounds or less, then it's going to be considered a large standard size. So that's kind of, this is kind of confusing, but don't worry, there's a tool that kind of simplifies that, and I'll kind of show that to you right now. And let's say we're looking to sell a foam roller, and this is so important to understand, is what are your profit margins? How do you calculate that? There's so many fees that go into selling on Amazon. You need to understand that, because, and I tell my students this, is if you're not profitable, then I don't care how good the product is, how good of an opportunity is. If you can't make sense for your profit margins, then don't sell that product. So right here, this is a Helium 10 plugin. So if you don't have Helium 10, I would highly recommend it. I have a 50% off coupon code down in the link down below. So take advantage of this, but this is the plugin and it basically shows you a ton of valuable information. And the easiest thing right here, you just hit calculate fees. So if I'm looking to sell a foam roller similar to this, I hit calculate fees and it's going to show me all the different fees that come along with selling this particular product, and it's going to show me the profit margins. Now this is an estimated profit margin. You actually need to go in and enter in your exact measurements. So maybe your dimensions are a little bit smaller or bigger, you need to enter those in, and the weight of the product, you need to enter that in to get a more exact estimate. And then right here, the price, if you're not selling it for $11.99, maybe you're selling it for $10 or maybe you're selling it for $20. You need to change the price here. The estimated time in storage, which we'll discuss inventory storage fees, but don't worry about that too much right now. And then right here, the unit manufacturing cost and estimated freight cost. What I do is I just get rid of this and I just put everything into the unit manufacturing cost. So how much is each unit cost? So if it's $2, great, it's $2. Then you have to calculate the shipping that it's going to cost to get that unit landed at an Amazon fulfillment center. And you basically just get your total cost of the order, divide it by how many units you ordered, and that's what you're gonna get right here. So if it's $2 for the product itself and then $2 to ship each individual product, then it's gonna be $4. And then you can go right here and you can see your margins right here. You can see your ROI as well and your net profit on basically you make $2 each unit you sell or whatever the case is. So 22 to 16% margin is not the best. So if that's the cost of your product and that's how much you're selling it for, I probably wouldn't recommend it. But let's say like you're selling it for $14.99, then your margins are 34 to 30%. So it's a lot better. So that's just kind of what you need to look at. And in terms of pricing, like pricing your product, a lot of people are like, how do I price my product? You kind of get a feel for like just looking at the first page. I mean, right here you have one that's 21, you have one that's $8, $11, $14. So there's kind of a wide range, but I'm sure this product that's 21 does something different than just this standard, just like piece of foam. I mean, you can only sell a piece of foam for so much. So you can't just come in and be like, oh, I'm gonna sell this foam roller and compete against this guy that has 917 reviews and I'm just gonna sell it for $15 and I'm just gonna destroy him. Like that's just not realistic. So have that in mind and you can kind of gauge that. Another kind of way to kind of look at that is you have the Chrome extension and it shows you kind of the average price. And obviously you're not just gonna go here and pull the Chrome extension and be like, oh, I'm gonna price it at 28, because that's not really accurate at all, because there's gonna be other products in here that are throwing off the price point. Let's see, like right here, this was $55. Where was it? Right here. I don't know what this is, but this is $55 and that's skewing the average price by a lot. So just kind of have that in mind when you're looking at pricing your product and kind of get a feel for it. And if another way to kind of look at it is if your margins are like 90%, then you're probably charging a little too much. I would say the average Amazon FBA product, the margins are between 25 to 45, 50% on the high end. I mean, there are products that are over 50%, but I would say between that, if you're over that, you're probably either asking too much or you're just like you have just a killer product. So have that in mind. So that's a little bit about kind of calculating your profit margins is using this profitability calculator. Now let's kind of break down the storage fees and what that means. So let's go back to Amazon and let's talk about inventory storage fees. So right here, where am I? So there's monthly inventory storage fees and there's long-term storage fees. So basically, you having your inventory at Amazon, it's going to cost a fee. It's not free because obviously, I mean, they have tons of warehouses, and if everyone just, if it was free, people would just be sending hundreds of thousands of units at Amazon saying just, hey, store my inventory. I don't want to deal with it. You just hold it. And basically what Amazon is trying to train us to do is to not send too much and not send too little. And so that's kind of the hardest part about this, is finding the medium of, okay, do I send in 1,000 units? Do I send in 100? Or do I send in 500? You obviously don't want to get stuck with too much inventory, because if you do, you're going to get what's called long-term storage fees. And if your inventory has been sitting there for 6, 8, 10 months, it's going to be a lot bigger of a fee. And to kind of put that into perspective right here, let's see if I can make, no, I can't make this better. Maybe I can zoom in on this right here. But if I go right here to the estimated time in storage, if I go from 1 month to, let's say, 8 months, you're gonna see that I'm losing money, like in Q4. Now in Q1, Q2, Q3, my margin's only 2%. So if you have units just sitting at Amazon, like, that's not good, and you're gonna just be hating it because you're not going to be making any money. So that's something that you need to understand, is if you just have units just sitting there, you're going to rack up storage fees, and depending on the time of the year, storage fees are going to be more than others. So from January to September, as you can see right here, it's going to be a little bit more expensive than from less expensive than from October to December, because Q4, there's more demand, more people are selling products. Obviously, more people are shopping, and Amazon has to hire more employees. They have to basically make sure that they have enough shelf space, and so they're going to charge a little bit more for the fees in general. Storage fees, referral fees, basically everything increases during Q4. And so that's another thing that we don't really look at, is we look at, oh, I'm good January, September, but yeah, when it comes October, December, you're losing money. So those are a few things that you need to look at when it comes to inventory storage fees. And you can click on these links right here and it kind of breaks it down. But this little nifty profitability calculator kind of does it for you, and it simplifies it. So that's the storage fees. Removal order fees, this is something that's changing actually as we speak. So if you click on this, let's go over here. Where is it? Right here. So the removal order fees, it's not going to be just kind of a standard per item 50 cents. February 18th, it's going to change, and it's going to be how much that product weighs. So these oversized products, they're getting a killer deal at 60 cents, but now it's going to be a lot more than 60 cents to remove that item. So basically what I'm trying to say with this is, if you have a lot of inventory stuck at Amazon, make sure to get it removed before February 18th, because if not, you're going to have a lot more in removal fees. So this is going to change February 18th, so keep an eye out open for that. So now is the time to kind of remove your inventory so that you save some money. So that's another fee. And the last fee that I want to talk about, if I can find it right here. Oh, I guess there's two more: returns and processing fees. So obviously when you have a return, you have some processing fees, and most of this has to do with like apparel, sunglasses, jewelry, and things like that. So I don't really worry about that too much. I mean, returns are just part of the business. You're gonna have returns, so there's nothing much you can do about it. And then the next thing is unplanned service fees. So this is basically when you ship inventory to Amazon and it doesn't have the labels, it's labeled incorrectly, it doesn't have your warning label, it doesn't have an Amazon manufactured barcode on there, they're going to charge a service fee for that. So you just need to make sure that you're prepping your products properly, so you're not just racking up unplanned service fees that are unnecessary, that you can 100% avoid if you just understand how to prep your products properly. So the two biggest things that people get these unplanned service fees for is not having your manufactured Amazon barcode on there, and then not having a warning label. So those are just two simple things that you just need to make sure that you understand. And if you don't, then you're gonna get charged some fees. So those are all the fees that come with selling on Amazon. And I don't share this with you to scare you or to say that, oh no, you're screwed and you can't make any money. It's just, you need to understand that there's fees involved. There's fees involved in building a business. That's just the way it is, whether you're looking to build your own Shopify brand like I'm doing outside of Amazon, and then also in my own Amazon business, there's also going to be fees as well. So it's just kind of a catch-22, and the reality is comparing my Driven Sunglasses business to my Amazon business, the fees to send these out myself, it takes a ton of time. It's a pain. I have to pay for the boxes. I have to pay for the shipping. I have to spend, actually I don't spend money on gas because I got a Tesla, but when I did, I had to drive to the post office and I was basically spending money on gas and things like that. So there's fees that are involved, and this is actually costing me more than selling on Amazon, and that's why I love Amazon. And not to mention, Amazon has millions of customers. They have the platform, and it's easy to launch brand new products basically whenever you want. I mean, I just launched a product in January, and I'm selling 5 to 8 units a day right now, and it's the slowest time of the month. Slowest time of the year to sell on Amazon, and it's going to just continue to pick up. And there's not really a platform that you can do that. So there's pros and cons that come to selling on Amazon. You just need to understand how to work around them, understand your profit margins, use this profitability calculator, and if you do that, things are going to be a lot more simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a thumbs up, like it, drop a comment, and don't forget to join the free Amazon Champion Facebook group. Watch that free product research training. If you guys are struggling with product research, watch that training. I'm going to be breaking down applicable steps that you guys can really use and implement in your FBA business right now. So watch that. And then if you guys want to join my mentorship program, I'd love to have you in as a student. So I just want to say thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.